Oh, have you started?
Yeah, well,
Oh, you
just
have.
started.
Wow.
What?
Hello, everyone, and welcome. That was just a wow. It was not an angry wow. It was just a wow wow. It was a wow. A wow.
What, that I
Hello,
just
everyone,
started?
and welcome. Yeah, without telling me, to episode 461 of Tenno Clock.
See,
I
that
am
sounds like a wow,
MDRLOz.
wow. Not, no. Wow. It just sounds like a wow.
Okay. It wasn't a wow. It was a wow of sort of like
Shock?
half bit shock, half
Cheek.
admiration, but like it was a shock
Okay.
admiration like that.
Okay.
Oh wow, it's footage. Look at that. He's not actually he's cheating. He's not actually playing the game there.
No.
Hello everyone and welcome to 10 o'clock. I am MDRLOz. This other person here is I start this early without telling anyone, also known as Xeno G Lion.
But it's, I start
Why
early.
you always lying?
I was about to say, it's like, but I always start early without telling anyone to my friends.
Why you always lying? Right, we are here once again to talk to you all you people, about Warframe. We will mumble on, as we regularly do, talking about the ups, the downs, the communities, feels about different things. And we start every week, as we start every week, with some emblems. Show me some emblems.
What? That's not right.
No, that's not right at all. That would be last week's emblems.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. They were always that.
Yeah, those are always what the symbols were. They totally didn't just randomly change. Oh,
No,
well, you seem to have some strange train, and I have natural talent.
Well, natural talent does beat strange train.
I play it in face-up defense mode. I win.
Wait, did you summon natural talent in one
I summon
turn?
natural talent.
Anyway.
That's against my mod capacity.
Screw the mod capacity. I have platinum. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Well done.
So I to be honest, I think Loz wins, but regardless.
However, if you at home would like to win some free platinum, possibly in the range of 75, terribly paint added on there, what you need to do is you need to go into the description of this YouTube video. In there, you will find a lovely link to a lovely Google page. On that Google page, there will be some buttons to click and some information to fill in. Please do this. If you do this correctly, including your in-game alias of your Warframe character that you wish to win the platinum on, and choosing your correct platform of choice, you could be in with a chance to win 75 platinum. Now, we give out 4 times. We give out to all the different platinums. There's one for PC, there's one for Xbox, there's one for PlayStation, and there is one for Switch. And I will promise you the Switch one is terribly underpopulated. So we've got all this platinum and not many people to give it to. So we just keep giving to the same people. But yep, so if you want to fill in that details in the page from the link and get all that detail right, and I'm going to say it again, because honestly, I know we're saying this every time, your in-game alias, and check that it's correct, please. Your in-game Warframe alias. Sometimes we just have to give platinum into the void because people get that wrong. It happens. So don't lose out. Get your platinum today. Right, so please make sure you do that.
It makes Nefan happy, but anyway.
He does. Give unto the void.
Yeah.
Get your in-game alias incorrect, and you will give unto the void.
That's not a challenge, by the way. Anyway, right, so we're going to start.
If your in-game alias list is filled with give unto the void, give unto the void, give unto the void,
oh my God,
then I will be happy.
Okay, that'll never happen.
Please don't do that, please.
Right.
Just throwing platinum away.
Right, okay, so we're going to move on to Dojo Dusting.
Woo!
So, a bit light on the Dojo Dusting this week. I'm going to point out that the Revenant... Yes, Revenant Prime giveaway for the big Revenant Prime bundle. That's currently going on my Twitter account. It's the pinned tweet, and there'll be a link in the description below. All you need to do is follow my account, like the post, retweet the post, comment on the post with a silly reason as to what does Revenant do on their off time, and you'll automatically be entered in for a chance to win the Dance Macabre pack, which is like the biggest Revenant pack, which is worth like £92. I don't know what that is in dollars. Not $92.
Probably around near 100-ish.
Probably. Right.
Probably.
So I don't think there's anything else to talk about in terms of Dojo Dusting. So let's talk about what's not happening in the war report.
Not very much.
We've got like nothing. So the oh gosh, what you said it earlier. The Conquer Cancer is still ongoing. Tenno is still ongoing. You discovered that there was some sort of sale going on for the PlayStation.
Yeah, Day of the Dead skin pack. Just get it in the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
If you've on
And
PlayStation, check that out.
yeah, that's about it for the war report. We generally don't have much to
Well,
go
did we
on.
mention that crossplay is now being sort of active? I'm not sure if is that still going?
Yes, yeah, we mentioned that because it literally started just before we started recording last week.
Oh,
So and it's still ongoing.
cool.
Right, let's move on to the topics. So the first topic for this week is really DE. Why is there an Archon defense every week? Topic 2 is I don't know what TIL stands for. I don't know. PC people don't use the number system for recruitment. Apparently, that's an Xbox/console thing. And then topic 3 or the concept is
Today I learned. I always forget that one.
Oh, today I learned. Right, okay. D20 concept, Rubar Kitsune themed Warframe. So cool. Right, so let's move on to the first topic. Right, okay. I think the title's gonna be pretty self-explanatory. Really, DE, why is there an Archon defense every week? It's not enriching gameplay. It's incredibly boring and tedious. And if you're the one person dicking around or get unlucky with some BS damage insta-kill you and the team... Wait. Or get unlucky with some BS damage insta-killing you and the team is too caught up playing with themselves to revive you, it's all for nothing. If you got a Slover, Frost, or Limbo, it's that much worse. 30 to 45 minutes of the just mind-numbing, boring gameplay. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, this person doesn't like doing defenses every week. Right?
I sometimes I think I've had an interception once. I think it was always a defense.
No, I'm pretty sure there's always been a defense. I think there was an interception as well, but I'm very sure there's always been a defense.
Okay.
I mean, Google is our friend, but I'm strongly in.
I
agree
pulled out
with
before
this.
the things. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And the thing is, I would say even if I'm saying that maybe there was a chance when it wasn't, but even if that was just one, most of the time it's defense, and I don't like it. It takes forever. And it's just so annoying. It's it's a it's one of these defense targets that runs around. Eventually, it ends up bugged out in one corner every time. There's this person saying there's not a limbo, but I mean maybe if you get good groups. But I found most of the time I'm not paired with amazing groups.
If a Limbo, Frost, or Slover turn up, it slows down the whole process, making it longer.
Oh yeah, well I find you need a limbo to keep the bloody defense target alive. You need something to keep the defense target alive. It's paper thin. I mean, maybe there's people who nuke the whole map 27 times from orbit every 3 seconds. Yeah, maybe you're able to do that. That's lovely. That's nice. I don't get random people that are able to do that. I end up having to take a limbo, and I don't keep like bubbles up. I just keep the defense target out of the dimension. That's all I use it for. I don't use a bubble to do weird things.
I agree. I mean, last time I did it, because I haven't done this week's yet, I took my limbo, but I was like, I'm not going to put my bubble up because it's just going to slow things down. So I'll only put it up if we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can get behind what this person's saying. I really want to start advocating, why can't we have, instead of 3 rounds for an Archon sortie, why can't we have 6 rounds? Why is it so hard to have more than just 3?
Yeah, I would rather have 6 different non-endless missions that would take longer in time than one defense tile in there, which is just it's just boring. It's repetitive.
I'm okay, so I'm fine for a defense if it's just one 5-round defense.
Yeah, let's have 5 rounds. Yeah,
Yeah, 5 rounds is fine, but a 3-round defense is, if you've got a fully coordinated team, that is what, 3 interceptions, 2 to 3 interceptions at least, right?
yeah.
If you've got a we're talking over 10 minutes on a survival, it's crazy. It's, yeah. So I really feel like we need to start having longer, sorry, just not longer, sorry, more, shorter and more stages for an Archon fight.
Yeah.
You know? So what do you think is the reason why they stick with the number 3?
Just because that's how sorties are set up.
So
I feel that that's how sorties are set up.
So you think it's just like, oh well, sorties are like this, therefore this needs to be the same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I imagine they started with the copy paste from sorties.
Quite possibly. And they thought, well, why do we need to change that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
That part, it was just right. Okay, so what we're doing, we're going to make a new edition for Veilbreaker. This is how we're going to have the Archons back in and Narm to do something. Right, what we're going to do? Okay, well, we'll start with like a sortie, because we've always had sorties, but they're a bit. We need to do something more with that. Yeah, because basic sortie is just a bit out of date now. It never, it's not. It's just fixed. It's very rigid. So like, okay, let's have a new type of sortie. So they went, okay, so we just get the sortie, and then we add an Archon fight at the end, and then we just make it really hard. That's it. I think that's the only reason.
Yeah. So
Prove me wrong.
no, I completely agree with you. So like, let's give us a 1 round of interception, a 5-minute survival, and 5 wave defense a shot. Like, I just don't think it needs to be as long as it is. Right. Just trying to think.
Yeah, because I mean, what is it actually a difficulty check, or is it just a time check? Really, I mean, you could say that there is some sort of gear based or skill, small amount of skill based check, but the majority of it is just if you can do it and you can kill the mobs, this is just to take up the time,
I think there is
before we give you the reward.
I think there is a bit of a skill based check in it, right? But at the same time, I don't think it's that much. I think it's pretty damn small, because it's boring and tedious. Like, what more can we say? We've all done it. Well, I say we all, some of us used to level on Draco just to get our mastery up. Everyone 5s and outs defenses. Yeah, I argue defenses are probably the most painful. Are they? Do you think they're the most painful mission type? What's the most painful mission type?
What, defense?
You think it's just defense?
Yeah. What, for on these missions? What?
No, just in general.
Defense. On average, I would say defense, based on a lot of the tiles have terrible mob placement, mob pathfinding, and they take forever for the mobs to get to you. The waves take forever. It's just it it feels really outdated. It just doesn't work. The way the wave style works, the way they spawn, the amount of mobs they can have, to actually feeling like a proper defense. There's only so many mobs they can have, and normally they have to. I don't know what is it, 16 or something. There's like there is a set number, and then when you kill mobs, a new mob spawns to fill it and tries to run at you. So it
Yeah.
never really the waves, the defense never really feels like it's escalating. It just feels like there's just some more mobs and they're just getting stronger. Doesn't actually feel like. I mean, in my mind, the only thing I can think of is like, you've played Gears of War
Ish.
or that kind of game when you feel like, oh, it's a horde style shooter. It's like, because the enemies, like the basic grunt is always the basic grunt. They don't up the level of the basic grunt. It just gets
Mowed down
you just
faster.
no, you just get more mobs. You always get more mobs. More
Oh,
mobs.
okay. Yeah.
It's not about leveling up the mobs, which is how obviously Warframe does it, which is
A part of me
kind of
feels
annoying.
that they should make it so that the waves are just seamless, right? As in, like, you just go straight in from one wave into another. You don't have to kill off the last of the wave. It just goes instantly into the next wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't trickle down. It just goes, oh yep, we're going straight into wave 2 now. Right? Okay. You've killed the what's it called? The last of wave 2 is spawned. We're going straight into wave 3, right? Okay, now the last of wave 3 is spawned, so we're gonna go straight into wave 4.
Right
And
into the,
it just starts spawning the higher level enemies, right? And then maybe make it so that the final wave, like the fifth wave, yeah, you have to clear off that. I think doing that would make it go so much faster. But again,
well, if it should have waves, or every wave should just spawn the mobs for the wave, and then it's done. Instead, it basically, you're just killing the same amount of mobs until it goes, right, you've killed enough now to run out. I know it's limit. Basically, we've reached limitations on the way the game runs, and that's the problem. And I just think defense is just shows its age more than everything else.
oh, that's one of
Hell
the
of a lot more
oldest.
than everything else.
It's has it had a rework at all since we've been playing it?
Yeah, the rework's been like the way that the mobs spawn in the wave and things like that.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Mm. Right. I can't really think of much else to add to this. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry run in terms
Right.
of the
Well, what
topic.
could we think of an alternative? Could we think of a new mission type? There's many more things
I
to say.
maybe it's just a case of the defense needs to be retired.
No, I mean, I think it serves a purpose for basic missions on the star chart, but to use it for something like sorties, or any high level missions, it just feels a bit meh. Oh, and I suppose they have made some changes. Defense. They've changed it from the static target to the person target. That's a change.
Yeah, but the static target one's still there.
Yeah, I know, but it's the variation.
Okay, so are we talking about how would we improve defense beyond what we've already suggested, or are we talking about alternatives
Oh,
or
just yeah. I mean, like, let's build a better sortie. Let's build rather than just
okay.
saying we want more
I think
missions.
okay, I think it should be um at least 6 stages. I think that the boss fights should be able to be anywhere. I don't think they should be limited to just Earth, Jupiter, and Mars.
Hmm.
Right? Like we're fighting those Archons in regular tiles. So it's not like, oh no, this is the special Archon fight tile.
Wait, are the Archons? So the Archons? No, they're only on a few planets. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
basically say you want more maps to fight them in,
Yeah.
right? That's good, but that's nothing to do with defense.
No, but it also gives us opportunities to actually have them on better defense missions, right? I mean, I know some people don't particularly like it, but I would take the defense on the the bog standard. What's the name of the damn thing, Loz? The asteroid. defense mission. I'll take that over some of the I got lost geometry defense missions any day. Right?
The I got lost ones? What?
No, I got lost. The enemy getting lost on the geometry.
Oh, you mean the enemy? Okay.
Yeah. I would happily take them on the asteroid tile set defense mission. That put them on Draco, put them on Hydroid, right? Give us a Galleon one, give us a what's it called, the shipyards one, but it's always the Earth one, and it's always the what's the name of the other one? Earth, Mars. Which one was what's the Mars defense look like? Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one's not too bad, but because it's so big, it can take a while. Okay, here's a question: should it just be the static target in the middle instead of actually having a dude wandering around? Because I swear that fucks with it more.
I'd like the variety of sometimes having the bloody thing in the middle.
I think it should just be the thing in the middle, and there's just it's harder because the mobs are just maybe just make it so that it's like the what's the Sanctuary Onslaught, where the mobs can just spawn in front of you, right? Instead of actually having it so that the mobs have to spawn off on the map somewhere, like in a spawn chamber first, they could just spawn right in front of you and just make it so much harder. Yeah?
It's an option.
So that's what I'm thinking. But definitely don't have it freaking 10 waves.
Yeah. Maybe as you say, why's it got to be 10 waves? Maybe that's not the problem with defense. Maybe if defense was just adjusted from, let's just even say 5 to 4 per cycle. I think 5 was just that could make a massive difference.
Oh yeah,
because then the time between waves wouldn't be as big of an issue. Maybe that would help it fundamentally, because then this would be 8 waves rather than 10 waves.
Yeah. But I also feel that the lead between the waves should be a lot smoother.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I mean that's another thing that could be changed. Yeah, just make it so that between waves it's not as, let's say, painful.
Yeah.
Right,
should we go to replies?
Yeah, let's have a look at the replies. Okay, I recently was forced to finish Archon Hunt with only one player, and it literally took us probably 40 minutes to kill this enormous bullet sponge of a boss. It was so unbelievably boring. Don't make my mistake. Never do the mission without full party. Okay, but that's nothing to do with the defense, but fair enough.
Fair.
Like, if I was just down to one person, I would just quit and
restart.
Go find more people. Yeah. So far, it's given me a reason to use Oberon. Maybe not the most optimal choice, but seeing Phoenix Renewal pop up once or twice during the mission feels really good.
Fair.
Should have more sorty elements, random enemy buffs each mission, more mission variety as others suggested. Yeah, I'll give you that as well. It's like, yeah, just give. Yeah, do you know? Actually, there's an idea. I would much prefer things like mobile defense with hobbled keys. What else have we got? Interceptions with low gravity and ice on no shields. That kind of stuff. Give us more options. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I think a part of that is we need to see, DE actually add in additional ones, because
no, just use all the existing things you've got. You could just replace the defense tile with random missions, but with the steel path level of difficulty, or whatever level it's supposed to be at. I assume that's what it's supposed to be doing. Basically, it's steel path sortie, and then just put in the descriptions. We can have like this week it's no shields, no rifles. Next week it's the radiation orbs of death, and no melee, things like that. Just instead of it just being just the base on an interception tile or a survival tile, just being defense every time is just weak. it's really, and if it stays like that, oh, you're doing that. I hate this thing with the bloody bubble closing and the weird little rubbly things.
Anyway,
But yeah, but just there's so the game's great for all the massive variety it has. To just have it so that it is always the same every time is weak, lazy. Really is. It's very sad. Right, moving on. In my opinion, pretty boring. I just grabbed my speed vert, teleport the VIP to a cave, baby. Oh no, sorry. Teleport the VIP to a cave. Stupid comma. A cave. A babysat him there while speeding up enemies for my squad to kill. It took probably 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You just get him in a cave or get him in to bug out in a corner, and then just as long as you got decent other people to deal with it. That's what I find. I find if you keep removing the gun from the target, it just likes to bug out. It doesn't understand. If like you give it a gun, then someone else gives it a gun, then you take away their gun and give it your gun, then take it away again. It doesn't know what's happened.
Yep. No, yeah, I know what you mean.
And the last one is, I don't mind the long defense. I've just forever had a grudge against special agent defense in particular. It makes zero canonical sense for a moving defense target to constantly go out of their way to put themselves in danger. I get they added it to not have a stationary target, but it definitely tops the list of most infuriating escorts AIs in video gaming. I think like the original idea for it was things like, I don't know if it was the first one. I think there was a time when we're defending some weird, the Grineer who looks like he's wearing hockey pads. I think it's called Arbiter or no, it wasn't Arbiter, Judge or something. But one of the earliest uses for it was was it Alad V or Darvo versus the Acolytes.
Alad V was verse. Oh yeah, no, it was Alad V.
Yeah, that was one of the earliest uses for it, and it makes sense for that. I'd rather they save it for cool events like that. Like, we are defending a VIP, and there's a reason why that person is in this area, and they've been found by some people, and they're after them. That worked fine. It was cool. It was unique. When it gets just hauled out, and you have to do it every week now, it just not look good. It's almost, and this is how mean I'm going to be. It's almost Arcwing defense levels of bad.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty bad for anyone who knows in the thing.
Bad.
No, it's pretty bad. Right, that's the last reply on that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get some nice numbers in a poll because let's see what people think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Should we move on to topic 2 then?
No, we're going to sit here aimlessly, not doing anything.
Okay. So topic 2. Today I learned PC people don't use the number system for recruitment. Apparently that's an Xbox/console thing. I have no idea what the hell this is.
Yeah, it gets explained.
Hadn't crossed my mind before that the number system isn't really needed on PC since it's faster just to ask for an invite. With crossplay enabled at the moment, recruitment chat is just a mess with Xbox players using numbers and PC players confused as to what the hell we're doing. For example, doing tri-cap need 3 people, 4, 4, 6, 7. Oh shit. Well, I mean, you're doing a Tridalon capture run. You need 3 players. What the fuck is 4, 4, 6, 7?
Right, think.
Hold on. No, I was thinking, is this the amps and things like that? But
No. It's nothing to do with in-game.
Nothing to do with in-game.
Nothing to do with anything team-related, gear-related, anything at all. It's something to do with the console that a PC player would never have a problem with.
What the little crap? Okay.
Yep.
Anyone who
it's really interesting because it's a solution to a problem that PC players would just look down and be like, "Eh?"
Okay.
But the console players are like, "Oh yeah, but we need a way to communicate."
Okay. I'm gonna read the rest of it. Anyone who wants to join types 4467. The numbers are completely random and hold no deeper meaning. PC players don't seem to like the system because the numbers of the number spam, but it has been the norm for us Xbox players for years. it's just easier for us. But it can, but I can see how unappealing it is. It might be. Wow.
So it's so that they can. It's because if you think about it, when they type, they have to bring up a keyboard interface. So it's like rather than
So
just
it's quite
saying
slow.
yeah, it's like slow. Whereas we could,
Just
click
type on a
and go
keyboard.
straight to type. Yeah, type exactly what we mean. Whereas for them, it's like I'm doing this, and then they would push yes or want to type into type thing, and then their chat thing comes up, and then they can just go to numbers and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, wherever the numbers are in the thing, and then they push enter. It's a really quick acknowledgement because a unique acknowledgement.
I can't remember using recruitment chat. I may have done it years ago, but I can't remember using it. The only times I ever have used a chat system like this is trade chat, when I want to trade items on, for Plat and things. And typically I just get whispered invite or just inv.
Yeah, but it's if you think about it, right? They're in the chat box, and I
Yeah.
imagine the way it sets up on their controller, right? Okay, so they're like playing their game, right? Button to hit, get into. I have no idea how get into the chat box, right? They're into type. They then go right. I'm looking, I'm scrolling up and down, waiting for anything that's good. Oh, what's the highest level of the key called? I can't remember. When
Or an axie.
No. When you put the max amount of
Radiant.
traces into Radiant. I can't remember. It's like relic something of Radiant. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, there's a Radiant key that I want. Right, and they've said 763. So they're already on the chat because they're looking at the chat. One button, keyboard HUD comes up. Go to the number area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Send my message.
Yeah.
It's just so much quicker. And then the person go, oh wow, I can then scroll down the list for the people who I can see have the thing. Whereas to go, oh right, I want to send a message
Yeah,
directly
no,
to that person. It's
I get
probably
it.
like go to the person, click, right now a separate interface is up. Okay, yeah, send message because it probably has like
Yeah.
invite to group and things. Right now I have to type in, yes, I wish to join your Radiant Relic run.
Don't you have some like weird mouse shenanigans with the with the controller? I swear there's like, I remember when you're on certain menus, like if you're on the diegetic UI, sorry, if you're on the escape menu, you have like a cursor, I swear, to be able to move around and interact with things.
Yes, but it's still really tricky.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. I find this
In
fascinating. And I
fact,
find it's
you
a
can
brilliant
try it
solution.
yourself. And next time you've got your Xbox controller, load Warframe, plug your controller in, try and operate, because
Yeah.
you'll get the same interface as them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is I use my Steam
And
controller.
it'll be like,
but yes, I get it.
no, try it seriously. I doubt you've used it for Warframe because Warframe they butchered the way Warframe looks for controllers. You know that. I used to
Really?
love using one controller half and then a
Yeah.
mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even get my mouse in shot there. That's how I used to like to play. But as soon as you push anything on the controller, the entire UI goes, "Oh, you're using a controller. Let me replace everything with controller mode." Oh, okay, but I also want to use my mouse. You're using a mouse. Throw this out the window. Right, it's time for keyboard mouse time. Okay, yeah, I've reset everything keyboard mouse. Okay, but now I just want to move my character. You're using a controller. Time for controller mode.
Right.
So they just butchered it. Absolutely butchered it.
Fair.
Yeah. Perfect.
I feel that this is really informative. I'm interested to know if I assume
You're
PlayStation,
informative.
I assume PlayStation do this as well. I don't think that there's necessarily an issue with this. I think PC just get on board. Like, I mean,
Well, I imagine all the console players are going to be using it, so we just kind of have to get used to it.
well, I mean,
I think it's cute. It's cute. Look at the little Xbox players with the little messages.
No. I think it's really cool. And like, I mean, come on, it's so much harder for us. Sorry, it's so much harder for them to get on board with, what we do as opposed to us just like, we actually have a dedicated area on our keyboards for numbers.
Yeah, I know, but I can't wait till the PC players like, oh, thank you. Let's troll them. Just spam numbers all over the place.
Oh god.
That's what I can see happening.
Yeah. So,
But I mean, well, that's what the PC players will do because that's what PC players do.
I mean, I wonder if this means that basically those players, like, the person that recruits. I mean, like, how long do they wait? Do you know what I mean? So if you have this situation, someone says I'm doing a
No,
trade.
well, no, not it's not hard at all because remember, there's also a search feature. So you
Ah.
post that you never use this is can I just want to point out this is we often have to discuss about Warframe and we think like, oh well, we buy Plat and we're really privileged because of this, that, or the other. One of the privileges that Xeno never seems to remember is this is how Xeno plays Warframe. I'm playing Warframe now. Who wants to play with me? And about 50 billion people will just be like,
Yep.
yeah. And if he doesn't, if he's like, you know what, I just want to sit here and watch anime. If he doesn't like hide himself on Discord, there'll be like people saying, "Hey Xena, do you want to play? Do you want to play Warframe today? Let's play Warframe. Let's play Warframe. Let's play Warframe." And so he's like, "All right." So yeah, he never has to deal with any kind of chat system. So yeah,
Well,
so what they do
I
is
did
then
for
they
trading, and I would use the
oh
filtering for that. I would
oh
use the filtering
oh,
for that.
it's nice. Look at that, isn't it cute?
Shut up.
He's
He
trying to
thinks he's
make.
gamers.
He thinks he's normal gaming. I use
Anyway,
trade chat. No, well, it's so yeah. So you would put out the last bit is obviously you put out. I want to do Radiant Relic Axie V7
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
7447,
sure.
and then you just search 7447 in chat, and then the people who put that only them will come up, and then it's easy to select those people to join you. Bam, bim, bang, bosh. Yeah, really clever. It's clever use of game mechanics. Yeah,
I wonder what other games do. Like
testament to the human spirit.
if they have similar systems.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
clever. Should we go
So,
on to the replies?
yeah, I don't think there's anything really to say about it. Us PC players, because I imagine PlayStation and Switch players and then mobile will probably have to do something similar. So we just have to get used to it.
I don't know if mobile would, because I imagine mobile you just click on the name and just.
But you still have to have a way of filtering and searching easily, and then like save typing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see it being a thing.
I suppose. Replies?
Yep. Okay. Oh. Replies. 3-digit codes are sometimes used by expert players to talk about Zor kit gun amp setups. So keep in mind that people might get confused with the modular item setups. That's probably why they picked. That's probably why they picked 4 numbers, not 3.
Yeah.
Next one. A couple of years ago, D implemented the option of being able to click on names in the chat without having to scroll through all the names on Xbox. However, player density must have been really low because it pretty much went unnoticed as players still use the number system.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's so.
Oh, okay. Weird ass Xbox homies. We don't need that on Switch because there's no one to run Eidolons with anyway. Savage.
Oh, well, when you join the PC,
this message brought to you by Tucker Wins.
Oh, yep.
I love Tucker Wins. Anyway.
I bet Nick Knight and Tucker Wins are like, they've become best buds because like.
I hope they have. That would be lovely.
That'd be such a nice story.
I hope they message like, I saw you on this time. Okay, well, I'll win next time. There we go. Last one is, I've always wondered why people don't just ask for invites on Xbox to keep the message box uncluttered. Regardless, I'm glad we can confuse PC players for funsies.
Yep.
We are totally confused. We're like, what is it with all these cute little Xbox players doing all these numbers? They got a special code or something. Isn't that cute?
And there's PC players trying to redeem the codes in the Warframe market.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. Is that how much Plat they would have given me? What is this?
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I think that was a nice brief topic. So should we move on to topic 3 then?
Yeah.
Cool. So topic 3. D20 concept.
Sorry, I just want to say, when you start saying, like, let's move on to this topic, my brain instantly goes like, oh, yep, it's down to you to click things now. It's your job. You got to click things. And I'm like, no, I don't.
No, you don't have to do that stuff anymore, Loz.
No.
I appreciate you working on that for God knows how many years.
There is no
all
clicking
of them.
to be done. Yep.
But I got you back now. I can deal with that. Right. So the Warframe concept, Ruba Kitsu. The Kitsune themed Warframe. Did I spy you putting the art asset in?
Number
8. Yeah. So is it memes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his domain. Right, okay, so the idea behind this concept is to make a Warframe that rewards skillful interactions and reflexes. Your powers go hand in hand with your weaponry, no matter what type of weapon no matter what type your weapon is. All of your powers are extremely cheap, considered as 100 casts. Considered as 100. One-handed casts and does not interrupt your movement, reload, shooting, or whatever. This is made to so you can do everything on the go and take advantage of your Warframe's mobility. Stats, a bit more tanky than Loki. Oh, I imagine this is quite an old topic because I imagine these stats are like, because it's got 65 armor. I'm pretty sure Loki's armor is a lot higher than that now. Okay, so let's go straight into the abilities. Passive, Curse. Enemies touched by the Warframe or hits by the Warframe or hits by their abilities or hit by their abilities will be cursed, taking the shape of the Kitsune's tail circling the enemy. What? Am I reading this badly? Enemies touched by the Warframe or hit by their abilities will be cursed, taking the shape of a Kitsune tail circling the enemy. Oh, I assume that's the curse.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Enemies touched by the Warframe or hits by the ability will be cursed. And the curse takes this form. The shape of a Kitsune tail circling the enemy. So they have like an word animation around.
Yeah, I'm with it now. When a cursed enemy gets damaged, they'll transmit 100% of that damage to another cursed enemy. Bullet jump explosions counts as cursing moves. Your passive is the core of all your mechanics, and your goal is to effectively curse as many enemies as possible before finishing them all off at once with a single blow of your weapon of choice. So I'm trying to. So basically, the idea is you just create a spider web of curses, I think. So you just got to try and curse as many things as possible.
Yeah.
When a cursed enemy gets damaged, they'll transmit 100% of that damage to other cursed enemies. I can only assume that means that when an enemy is damaged, other enemies get the same amount of damage as well. Because to say it transmits 100% of the damage would indicate to me that the thing you hurt doesn't take any damage. The recipient does.
When a cursed enemy gets damaged, they'll transfer 100% of that damage to other cursed enemies. Yeah, so they'll take the damage, but they'll also do the same amount of damage to other enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then...
It's a bit much, to be honest. I think that
it's a bit overkill. Like, you just got a board wipe.
No, right. No. Well, what it should... Well, we'll see how the other abilities work. So let's see how the abilities work. I get that it's all about the...
Right.
Curse, but then how does that work?
Okay, so the first ability, Foxfire, throws an arcing fast projectile that explodes on contact with any surface, deals fire damage with guaranteed fire proc chance in a low radius. Skill button can be held for so basically the cast button, okay, can be held for additional projectiles. Up to 9 projectiles can be thrown at once in a horizontal pattern, so it's just like a sweeping arc. as opposed to just like, in a cluster. Skill cost is increased for each projectile thrown. So, pardon me. The base is 15 energy, plus 5 for every additional thing. So it's going to be 55 energy to do a full 9 projectiles. Damage is affected by power strength. Explosion radius is affected by power range. Applies curses on all affected enemies. So if an enemy is hit by the splash damage, they're going to get a curse. Okay, cool. No damage numbers of any kind. But anyway, Mischief, 25 energy. Stuns a single enemy at range and turns his appearance into yours while turning yourself invisible. This will make other enemies target that enemy instead of yourself. The ability breaks if the target enemy dies or if you deal damage to any enemy. Bullet jumps and air kicks don't count. What the hell's an air kick? Is that where you're sliding and you do a jump and then you slide? And I don't know what a fucking air kick is. Is that another ability that we haven't seen yet?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Anyway, abilities don't. Abilities won't pull yourself out of invisibility as long as they don't deal damage to enemies. As long as you're invisible, your next attack will get a huge bonus damage multiplier. Casting range is affected by power range. Duration is affected by power duration. Both damage multipliers are affected by power strength. And of course applies a curse on the targeted enemy. Escape, which costs 50 energy, teleports the Warframe in a direction she's running. If you aren't running, the default direction is backwards. Cleanse status procs and negative effects. Instantly reload your current weapon. What? And gives a 1 second invincibility frame. 1 second is not a single frame. Okay, I'm just going to point that out. So it gives 1 second of invincibility after cast. Enemies in the Warframe's path will be cursed. The power can be used while knocked down or staggered, which will make the Warframe instantly recover with a backwards teleport. The power is free to use when under a knockdown, stagger, or any other kind of movement impairing effect, except cold procs. Affected by power range, not affected by power duration. Okay. That seems a tad broken. Right? In fact, that's so that it's like in tandem with Mischief, because you're not dealing damage to the enemy with escape. You're just applying the curse. So you apply Mischief to one dude, you go invisible, and then you could just blink through things with escape, and you just apply the curse to everything.
Well, that is how it works. Yeah, that is what the goal is to apply this curse. So I can see I'm liking the base concept here, which is they're trying to flip it on its head, so that the most sort of things would try and do a balanced thing where the curse is a side thing that happens as you do damage, whereas this is like no, the abilities don't do damage. It's all about the curse, and that's how it goes through. So it's kind of like a very subtle frame, but then when it's cursed manifests, that's when the true power appears, kind of thing. Sure. But this I do feel there's so much this ability. We've got directional teleport, we've got cleaning status and negative effects, we're instantly reloading the weapon, whatever, 1 second of invincibility. I mean, that's the same as a roll, I guess, but then all enemies of the Warframe's path will be cursed.
Yeah.
And it can be used. Basically, it's free use. There doesn't seem to be any hindering effects on it that prevent it not being used. Like you can be, which I don't know if the game can even handle that. Because you're in a knockdown state. It's basically mage blink. You know, you can use this no matter what state you're in. But if your character's mid knockdown, I don't think the game will like you going over there not being knocked down anymore.
Well, I think it could handle it. Like they'd have to tweak some things, but it's like how the rapier weapons can be interrupted mid animation.
Right, but that's melee weapons.
Yes, but I mean the fact that that exists, I think there is the facilities to interrupt an animation just by pressing a button. Yeah.
Fair. Right, keep going.
Right, let's have a look to do. Right, so the ultimate ability, Vixen's Dance, 50 energy / toggleable, and 5 energy. So I'm assuming that's a 50 energy initial cost and then 5 energy per second. Increase parkour speed, roll, dodge length, and slide speed by a rather large amount. A rather large amount, Loz. Reduce friction by the same amount. A rather large amount, Loz.
A rather large amount.
Cursed enemies will stop attacking and become charmed by the user. Follow them. And basically follows them. If mischief is used, enemies will gather around the enemy target. Targeted by mischief instead. Toggle cost affected by power duration, parkour, dodge, affected by power strength. Friction reduction, is also affected by power strength. So, I don't know how I feel about that ability. How do you feel about that ability?
I like this more than 3.
Really?
Yeah, because I see. So, they were saying about 100% on cursed enemies was the passive, right?
Yeah.
I would have much preferred it if there was 4 different curses for the 4 abilities.
Fair.
So you have to do 4 different curses, and then it's 25 damage percent or a percentage damage. I mean, I think 100% is still too much, but like, let's even say if it was 10, 20, 30, 50 or something like that, so that, if you got all the curses, you get a bonus that's then it enables you to do it. So it's about casting all your curses and maybe something linked through there that when you cast some curses, it helps others spread to some of the existing curses to nearby enemies. So like this last ability, you would use it to gather up a big pile of enemies and help spread the current curses in more. So you would have a build setup sort of order of how you do these curses. With a little bit of synergy between them. And maybe that if you cast one, it depends on the order, the last one you cast affects the maybe has a sub passive one for other ones. I know it's getting a bit complicated. I'm not saying this is the exact way it would run, but that like if you cast maybe you should just cast one. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then you've got 4 separately. But then after you cast 4, the next 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or 3 that you cast has a also bonus effect.
Yeah.
Help spread it or something. That's what I would like to see. I do think the 4 ability though, I like a toggle. I like that it's a toggle and the way it works. So because it's also got that effect of bringing the enemies together, but it's based on the toggle, which I kind of like toggles. I like my toggles.
So the passive has me concerned because if you could cluster the enemies, right, we're utilizing the 4 and the 2 No, is it the 2? Yeah, the 2, right?
Mm.
Then you use 3 to dash through all the enemies, and they all become cursed, right?
Mm.
Or is it? Does it only cursed enemies stop? No, it's like you'd have to do. You have to curse them first, right? But even so, like that's fairly easy to do. You then get them to cluster around the target that's mimicking you, and you fire an AoE weapon. Well, they're all going to take damage, and they're all going to apply damage to each other, right?
Yeah.
And it, even if it's not to the extent that it sort of like ripples to, like, it only passes over once, right? All of a sudden, everyone's just taking double or even more
Oh,
so
it's a
damage.
crazy amount of damage it would be. And the reason why I don't think the weird way this damage would work, because this is why we don't have the old Nova nuke. It's like all this crazy calculations, the same sort of thing where one mob would explode that would cause another mob to explode that then explode. Then they had to change it away from that because it was not very good on low NPCs.
Yeah. Well, and
It was just like
consoles, but yeah.
the whole screen. Yeah, well, not yeah. It's going to do all these calculations really quickly. It's going to kill all of these targets. That means also that these are now spawn loads of targets is mainly defense, and then also all this graphical effect is going to happen on your screen at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not too sold on exactly the damage thing they've got there, but they could be that.
How
100%
I would
is too
do
much.
it. What I
Yeah.
would do is any target that's cursed does half damage to you.
Oh well, that'd be what. How about that? Do you like this one or my multiple curses idea?
I do like your multiple curses idea.
That could be one of the curses or one of the main
Yes.
parts of the curse.
But I think like we need to just instantly get rid of that 100% extra damage, right? And just, let's make this less insane. Here's 50% damage less damage to you because the enemies don't want to hurt you.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that makes it more interesting.
Definitely.
I like the idea of the. Yeah, I mean, I like the rest of the kit. The kit really works well together. I mean, you can see that there's a lot of play with some of Loki's abilities and things. So the whole mischief thing is just like, well, that's just decoy, but you have to target an enemy to do it. But it comes with an invisibility as well. So like, there's a lot of positives to this build. There's just, I think the damage potential of it is just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
So what were the curses that you were thinking?
Oh no, I didn't think of all the curses. These 3 or 4 different curses off the top of my head. I just think that it's just more interesting than just this one singular damage curse.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to try and pull those off the top of my head. Just like, oh, it'd be this, and this. Something like that, So
I kind of I would like it if there was one for the ultimate, which is it's only it only lasts as long as the ability's on, right? So and basically any enemy hit by her basically has a rad proc, so the enemies are fighting over her. Yeah, but the second she turns off the ability or the ability runs out, they stop fighting each other. Yeah, stuff like that, really. I think that would work well for the ultimate. But yeah, no, I do like this design. I do like this design quite a bit. It's very Loki. We haven't had many other Lokis. At least I don't think we have.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. I mean, the invisibility as well has got a nice playthrough in there. I think it's a bit too good, but yeah, I like the concept is definitely something I'm interested in.
I would also like to change mischief. Sorry.
No. I was just saying that I think some people can give examples of how to take the curse mechanic, break it down, make it not so that one curse is just massively effective. Add in that you've got to use all the abilities and maybe a bit of synergy with anything used after the next ability cast after the ultimate does something different, or the curses does an
Yeah.
additional effect, stuff like that. That's, I think, could really make this sort of complex, weird thing going on work.
So
I'd also like to make one of the abilities cooldown based, but just to annoy you.
Actually, just to annoy me.
Yeah. I know you hate cooldowns, but and also that
actually,
I
give
do
you
like
this one,
that...
mischief, right? So what I'm thinking is, right, instead of her going invisible, she looks like an enemy, right? They've already started working on this with Carl. They could start working on this with the
Carl? We'll go with Carl.
No. So Carl is a Grineer that's meshed to the player, right? So we actually have the ability to aim and look up and everything properly.
Oh yeah, I mean in reality they don't need to do exactly the mob, but they just need to have a corpus, a Grineer, and a infested, and then you could do armor by just sticking the mask on.
Right, and then basically, if you are if you look like that enemy, right, and you start attacking other enemies, that's what the triggers the rad proc. But it's duration based and it's cooldown based, so it's not the toggle one. Yeah, I'd be totally down for that. Yeah, I also feel that that's like a really powerful ability, so I'm fine with that having a cooldown. Because just like, oh no, I'm invisible again. I mean, look how powerful some Warframes are. Just as like, oh, I'm invisible, you can't see me. Yeah?
Well, being invisible is a very powerful ability.
That is true. So, yeah, cool down it. I love the teleport. I don't really want to touch the teleport. I don't think that should apply curses. I think that's too breaking for me. That's too game breaking. Or maybe if the curse was like, I don't know, the enemies drop some items or something, like Avara's pickpocket. But instead of like you picking up the things naturally, like with Avara, they just fall to the floor. Yeah? So you'd have to go back and get them if you wanted to.
Vacuum is a thing.
Yes, exactly. So you could actually install a vacuum and it'll be fine. Yeah? Loz is thinking. Loz is deep in thought.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Cool.
I'm with you.
Should we go to the replies? I don't know if you have anything else.
Sure. No. 2-6. Okay. Well, I reflected on Harrow and Titania's design. More recent frames have metallics added while not being a prime, and the gold ornate seem to fit the theme. Do you want to bring the image back up? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's okay.
No,
I like
fine.
things like the added tech elements to the clothing elements to the clothing elements, so that they don't seem that it's like it's like this looks like clothing. No, it's bioorganic mass. You know. Next, for some reason, I feel like if the red tail one had a black backdrop to it, would have even more pop than it currently has with the white backdrop. So far, though, well done with the appeal. Seems to go quite well with the humanoid, but not human focus they've been shooting for since Square One. Replicates the Hydroid style face-wise with, sure, it seems to have two eyes, but it has some definitively non-human traits as well. Scrolls up. Yeah, okay, here's the thing I'm on. The whiskers. Yay or nay?
I'm yay, but if they're like the weird Tenno script patterning stuff that we've seen before that we spoke about on Trinity, so they look very holographic in nature.
Well, there was more. People made some more concept art. Some of it's lost, and there's only one other option. So I don't know what this red-tailed version is.
Yeah.
This video is age restricted. What the? Features on Prime Time 188. Oh, Prime Time. Okay, whatever. 188. Well, how long was that ago?
Moons
2017. God, for the world to be 2017 again. Where are we at? I think a concept has to remain rather simple. Sure, more complicated warframes can be made like Chroma or Nidus, but the overall idea has to remain simple. Overloading a spell with effects like I did in my old version of Ruba with the fourth power usually isn't something you want to do. Assumes that's another concept, I assume.
quite possibly.
While I feel okay, big one, here we go. While I feel like the rest of the kit seems great, I'm not so sure about the third ability. Why not make it a channeled ability that automatically skip reloads and knockdowns for 3/4 of the cost, 7 per 8 per, I assume it's per sec per tick, but have small energy over time loss as well. I wouldn't want to hit my 3 key every time I wanted to reload my Tigress Prime into a meme machine or wherever I was knocked down or commander switch teleport. I feel like I forget about that ability in those very important moments and it wouldn't have its full potential realized. Also, to prevent someone taking a Tigress Prime, binding their fire key to a scroll wheel and scrolling with this active ability, there could be a small delay between each usage of the ability while it's channeled, like maybe 1 or 0.5 seconds. I don't agree with that at all because nobody would do that. That would be the most painful thing ever because you would try and reload your gun and then you'd be facing a wall. And then you'd be like, "Oh, let me reload my gun again after firing my Tigress." This must have been back like in Tigress Prime meta days. You'd be like, "Bang, bang! I killed a mob. Right now, my face is in a wall. Right. Oh, but I can shoot again. Spin around to shoot. You could just reloaded in that time. Nah. This is cooler. Instant reloads. Shoots again. Bam. Right now, you're clinging to a small pebble on the other side of the map because you pushed. It's because it's more of a blink. It is still nice that it has the reload, but I don't think it would have been that game breaking for things like that.
Unsure, but I, to be honest, I would try it, see what people think, and then if it's like, no, you're breaking the game with this, take it out.
Yeah, fair. I was thinking about her first power. What if she could use 9 tails? Her first power fires 1 blast for 1 tap, but holding the button charges up to 9 orbs. Once you hit 9, it stops charging, and you can release the button to fire 9 projectiles. You may release at any time to fire off however many you have charged up, but you can max out at 9.
Yeah, I think that's what they eventually adopted anyway.
Yeah, up to 9 projects can be thrown at once in a horizontal pattern.
Yeah.
Yep, that's just, cool. So originally it was like 1, and they're like, hey, 9 tails. Yeah, 9 tails.
9 tails?
9 tails?
9?
9 tails?
Miles per hour? Sorry. Anyway.
Right, that is it for the third concept of the week.
All right, so that's it for the topics. It's time for the graphs.
Time for the graphs.
Time for the graphs.
Graphs.
Are you ready, Loz?
It's time for the graphs, yep.
Cool. So let's go to the graphs. So the first graph for this week is how do you feel about Carl's movement speed in some of the larger environments? 21% said positive, 29% said neutral, and 50% said negative.
I would say neutral. I know what they're saying about because I've been an idiot and I've ran through levels twice and things. But that's because I'm an idiot who can't find things. Not. It's like the game doesn't really play like that. It's like you fight in this room, you fight in the next room, right? You've reached the exit kind of thing. But I'm an idiot who backtracks and things. And yes, then there is issues. You?
We spoke about this. I'm fine as it is. I'm neutral, but I would. We spoke about this last week, which is some of the later stuff, which is like let's have talent trees which can improve movement speed and like I can use the jetpack better and shit like that.
Well, I've been pretty lazy. I think I've missed out on some of the rewards. I think I missed an entire week in the start at some point. Yeah. I'm now at home, which is the highest tier as well.
Yeah.
I'm probably a week behind everyone else. I know. I don't really care, and I miss out some of the rewards. But at the same time, I've already had enough to buy a copy of all of the Styanax bits so I can shove him in Helminth. I've bought the Slater blueprint and the Egret blueprint and one of the Archon mods. So I've got one more weapon, 1, 2, 3, 4 more Archon mods to get, an ephemera, and then after that it's just Archon shards. Now, if there was a talent tree that was really expensive for stock, That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, really expensive because it's like you've bought all the main things. This is just to make this easier. It's like so it's like you have to make a choice. Do you want to buy an Archon shard each week, or do you want and slowly save up for these like speed improvements and things? I mean, this is of course if are they gonna support Carl's missions long term, or are we just gonna get a trickle more of a few and that's it? Well done. Now we're moving on to the next new thing. Be excited, consume new product, forget about old product.
Right. Let's move on to the next graph. How would you like to see a talent tree system for Carl to improve things like movement or functionality of his jetpack? 14% said no, 29% said that they didn't care, and 57% said yes.
Nobody cares.
So
no, people approve it. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I think I've done. That's the first time I've done one of them again twice or something, and I've already at home. I've almost got everything, and I'm just gonna be like, right now I have to just buy shards, and just like this is it, just more shards. Ooh,
Yep,
shards.
You need more shards. Right. The third graph is: do you think that if Cautious Shot was usable by bows, then the whole AoE meta could have been avoided? 8% said yes, 92% said no.
Do you think if Cautious Shot was used by bows,
that was the topic that we had,
could have been aborted? No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the topic saying that it would? Because it wouldn't.
We could have avoided this whole AoE meta.
It was clearly because this mod didn't work on bows. No, it was because how stupid AFK everyone could become.
Yep. Right. The fourth graph is: do you think the vocal minority too heavily influences these decisions in game development? 15% said no, 85% said yes.
100% agree. And the problem with the vocal minority is it quickly flips. You'll get like the vocal 7 people who'll be like, oh my god, we need like 6 degrees of freedom on Archwing. And then they'll add that feature in. They think, okay, yeah, we've added it. Those people can be quiet now. We've added the thing. And then 3 random people who don't even have to use this game mode will be like, oh my god, there's this 6 degrees of freedom thing. You need to remove this from the game, even though I don't have to use it. Like, and they'll be twice as loud and annoying. It's like, then just don't use it. No, this needs to be removed from the game. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's like, why? What's wrong with you? Like, oh my god, why didn't you remove this now?
Right. What was that? Number 4? I think
Probably.
So. Right. The fifth graph is: how would you feel if 6 degrees of freedom came back as an optional feature in Archwing? 23% said neutral, 77% said positive.
Honestly, I don't get why they took
removed.
it out. I know it's like it's because Archwing, right? It's like, oh well, the people didn't use it. Yeah, because Archwing, that was like part of the problem with Archwing. The next problem was there was no missions to utilize that in. It's like, oh yeah, but you want to use it in your face every 2 seconds face planting trench run thing.
You know, you could always just not go as fast as possible in the trench runs, right?
Yeah, but a 6 degrees of freedom thing. It's like, oh, but now you've got 6 degrees of freedom. You can now do the trench runs better. It's like, no, these things don't compute. It was too tight a map. It was like, right, instead, how about giving me a open plan tile where I'm fighting capital ships? Then it would be freaking amazing.
I bet bottom dollar. The reason why they removed 6 degrees of freedom. No, they removed it with Railjack.
Maybe just the Railjack has to have it.
Maybe. My thought was maybe they removed the 6 degrees of freedom because of open worlds, but then I realized, wait, no, we had 3 open worlds at that point anyway. Was it? Yeah,
2? It was Railjack. Yeah. Whereas the Railjack has 6 degrees of freedom, but the Archwing doesn't, and I don't know, maybe it's like something. Yeah, it's very
right. Dumb. Okay, so I think that was 5. So 6. How do you feel about the player made Fomorians concept? 25% said negative, 33% said positive, and 42% said neutral. Not enough Death Stars, clearly. The 7th graph is: would you like to see Loz's PvPvE auction system implemented into Warframe? So this is the one from BattleTech.
Yeah, I made you watch the video. I should have linked the video.
You should have.
The video was good, wasn't it? Explained it.
Yeah, I think you explained it better, but
I know, but it's based on that thing. So
yeah. So 27% said no, and 73% said yes. So I think it's a good idea, and people don't have to utilize it. And then last but not least, the 8th graph, the stupid graph.
Actually, hang on. Before you go back to that, I was just thinking earlier about PvP and Warframe. And you could, so how we can't have PvP, yeah? And so this was a competitive sort of thing where people would vote. Why can't we have? We can have 8 people at a mission, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
MOBA
Yeah.
style.
Kind of. Yeah.
MOBA style.
Yeah.
So both players against waves of enemies, kind of weird thing.
Uh-huh.
But my vote, and then you also add in my voting system so that you're reducing your player power but getting a bigger multiplier. So both people then like, well, what's the final bid? And then one team's they'll get less of it because my one issue that I was thinking about that was a problem with my system was you get 2 people voting and then one team's going to try and vote themselves really low and make it really hard. But if they succeed, well, what's the other team done? They haven't actually had to play the game.
That's fair. That is
So
fair.
what happens if both teams joined in to a 8-player game, but they have their own separate areas, so they're fighting the same stuff?
Yeah.
I know the problem is they're split, so maybe squad link it or something. Squad link, we love squad link. Squad link it that way. Yeah, squad link it. That's why there's no restriction, right? Squad link it, and then so they're both against the same sort of thing, problem. Like I say, MOBA style because then doesn't have map issues and you've got enemies coming at you. But the team that's voted, that gets the bigger reward has won the bidding, have a harder time, but then they can call support from the other team if need be. Anyway, moving on.
Last graph, silly graph. How would you improve the player made for Morians? So 15% said, allow us to have a cantina where we can have custom soundtracks played in the corner made from Octavia's Mandicord. 15% also said, create a new cinematic quest to make everything more dramatic, where it turns out Umbra's son is Stalker, and Vahek has been replaced with Ohak, and the Fomorians are 100 times bigger, and the plot is a 1-to-1 copy of Tethra's Doom.
What?
Do you know what I'm taking the piss out of there?
No.
It's
This is a Star Wars.
Yeah,
Are you
Star
doing
Wars.
a Star Wars?
Yeah, I was doing a Star Wars. These are all Star Wars. These are all Star Wars, right?
They all Star Wars?
Yeah. The first one, allow us to have a cantina. Like the cantina in Mos Eisley.
Man, I guessed that.
Yeah.
I was just like, is he doing a Star Wars?
Yeah, of course I'm doing Star Wars.
Because you always got to do Star Wars.
Because it was a bloody. They had a diagram of the bloody Death Star, Loz.
You do Star Wars.
Anyway, right.
Quick.
23% said allow players to use psychological warfare on each other, where a combination of Ordis, Sai, Samaris, Suda, and Stark are constantly arguing with each other over. Arguing with each other while you're trying to do the mission, and tie it into players' microphones so. As they try to talk over Discord, they just get louder. So the arguing just gets louder. Right, and then at 38% we have something dark side. There you go. So that's it for the graphs.
Something dark side.
Right. And I just realized the topics are still going in the background.
Go topic 3.
Right, and wait, I just hit the go away button. Why isn't there we go. Right.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
Shut up.
Didn't work in one click for you.
Right, okay, and now it's time.
The pain? Do you know the pain?
Shut up. It's time for the supporter questions.
Hit the button.
I already did.
No, the button.
The supporter questions button. I did.
No. Number 7.
Oh my god.
That's the button.
I can't read. There you go. There's your button. Enjoy your button, Loz.
What have you done? Zerul says, Xeno, real quick before we start the supporter questions. Did we ask the people to like and subscribe? This font is normal hacking Discord font because I'm on mobile.
No, yeah. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Every little helps. So we read all the comments.
Do you have many or any of the sister weapons yet? If so, which ones do you like the best?
I do. I don't use them.
I think Tenant Arcoplasma because it's Arcoplasma. It's too big
I
to
think that's
explode.
I think I'm pretty sure I've got that. I can't remember. There's so many weapons now that I haven't got. I'm still not legendary one, but I'm like, eh.
Then Ghost, not Ghost Nazeth, says, when are you going to finish Steel Path?
When I play with him on stream.
There you go.
Yeah. Right.
Promise. That's it for the supported questions of this week. We are now on to
Community shoutouts. Sorry,
community responses. New responses. So I've got. We sorted out the audio effects from last week, haven't we?
Yeah. So the problem with that is that my audio mixer has a left and a right channel, and my microphone is just plugged in on the left, and I have to turn my microphone into mono so it doesn't sound like I'm just talking to people on people's left ear. When you raised that last week, I had actually sorted it out then and there. So
Wizardry. Good job. Right.
wizards.
Ryan Swass says, but fellas, Fenrir is a boy wolf. If Dee is going to name the wolf, her name should be Fenrietta.
Fenrietta!
And Peter Graver suggested Fenra. Ali Al Khatib says, I think PvP in Warframe can work if DE went out of their way to change how Warframe works in PvP, since they can, as we have seen them make non-Warframes playable. I can see it being possible to make a more grounded Warframe combat / core PvP only. That said, it will and probably should never happen, as I don't want DE to spread themselves thin or divert resources away from highly requested game modes, more new player experience improvements, and content.
Fair.
I think just content. Just content in general. Just
content.
Add some tiles to tiles. Make some tile sets.
Content
make a
drought.
Game mode. Just
content drought.
Yeah. No, because like you.
No, I get it. I completely get it.
Peter Graver says, great episode, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Topic 1, I 100% agree. Some kind of skill tree / progression with Carl would be great. Also, I'd love more missions with Carl. As well. I so well, Peter. I'd like, come on. It's like I was like, when Xeno told me there was only 3.
Yeah.
I was sad, and then he told me that one of them was the quest again, and I got doubly sad. It's like it's so good. Give me more. Give me more. I was like, more. I was doing the my first one was the Fortuna one. I was like, oh my god, it's amazing, amazing. Anyway, new tiles would be great, but I'll take some repurposed ones if it gives us more diversity to the car missions, definitely. I really like to see missions on Cloud City and Uranus. Oh, that'd be cool. I know this won't be popular, but an aquatic experience on Uranus. Oh, Carl with scuba gear.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good. I think it would be fun. There are so many tiles that could be used. Even the possibility of repurposing old tile sets. I can only hope for future editions. That would be so cool because they gave up on Shark Queen too soon. I don't even know what their plan was for Shark Queen. They're like, oh, we're going to do underwater. We're going to do underwater. And they like did it. And then there was no, it wasn't used for anything. What did they expect that to make people come to the game and be like, oh yeah, because I now can go underwater and do what?
Yeah.
There was no underwater boss. There was no underwater game mode. There was no underwater anything. It was just like part of the tiles. So that's supposed to be a big draw. Everyone's just going to come to the game and marvel at the underwater section.
I think that there were too many parts of the tile designs needed to be improved. I think that one of the biggest points was there should have been a pipe running from your start to the end so people can get accustomed to how to get to the end before you start introducing them to tiles with no pipes. But like there are some tiles that you just get lost in and you're like, fuck, because they're designed to be a maze.
But that's just tile design and bad marker design. You know, if they had came up with a special underwater marker that's only ender style that always pointed towards the direction that would lead you to the exit, then it'd be fine.
Yeah,
or a special button that would have a link pulse that would go or like flashing light. There should always be there you go. There should always be Grenier. Any of the Grenier areas, they would have like flashing like emergency lights that would lead you to the exit.
Yeah, well, I was just basically thinking that, but there's a pipe that literally goes from where you start into the water and leads you to where it goes out, and it just pulsates. You know, it just glows.
But what? You just mean literally a straight pipe from the start of the mission to the end of the mission?
No. In the Sharkwing tiles. So it goes into the water, right, and leads you to the exit of the water.
Right. But when you mean so I'll enter the water in my pipe, and then I'm in a tube, and then it just gets me out of the tube.
No. The tiles as they are.
You mean like follow tube? You mean
yes,
lights?
Yes,
you mean
yes.
like on a plane on the floor? There's lights. There'd be a line of pipe lights.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they do that with some of the Earth tile sets. When you go down to the caves, there's a pipe which is like the power cable, so you can find your way out from following the power cable.
The problem is that the people ignore the pipe. They don't realize that it's something that they can follow to find out where the fuck they're meant to go.
If they actually have a little light blinking along it.
Yes,
this way.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Add an extra step, make it green, and like good. And then if you turn around, it's red, and like bad. Don't go this way.
Bad. Yeah. So I just want to say, it's a Carl with scuba gear. I think would be fun. There are so many tiles that could be used. Even the possibility of repurposing old tile sets. I can only hope for future editions. Yeah, I want one Carl mission for every tile set. And I just want it. I just want minimum.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You should have missions everywhere. He's Carl of Frame. And then lastly, ZB or Zabitazar. I expected Carl missions to be somewhat Star Wars Republic Commando, starting the mission with a squad of 4, gunning sentience, hating on queens, saving brothers, talking about their Grineer life. I've never played Republic Commando, you?
Oh, I tried it, but the problem is that I didn't get to play it until it was like fucking forever too late.
Right.
And when it was like, oh, this is 16:9. This was built for effectively the GameCube.
Yeah, this looks like ass.
This looks like butt.
Yeah. Right, well, that's it from the community supplies. Let's move on to the last 2 sections of today, starting with the memes, the memes. All these memes are from the r/meme frame subreddit. Please do check them out. There is a link in the description to all of these memes that will obviously take you to the subreddit. Check them out. You ever bored? You ever like, do you know my day needs a little bit of a boost? Go to the meme frame subreddit. They are some hard-working meme farmers. They're making video memes, they're making dank memes, they're making all the memes for you guys. So I picked out a few.
Can I double check? You've got some secret memes here in the description.
Yeah.
Am I correct in understanding there's 2 secret memes here in the description?
There was 2 secret memes last week.
I know. I did add them. I nearly called you and said, Loz, is there supposed to be 2 secret memes in the description right now?
I just see these videos and I like the video ones are secret memes. They are not. We're not going to go through them, but they are in the description. Check them out. And I just see these videos, man, and I was like, you know what? I couldn't decide between which was the secret meme of the week this week. And I think next week I owe people double memes.
You said that last week.
I think I promised that. No, was it? I don't know. When's the anniversary? I thought it was in the 20s.
Today, technically.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, you get double secret meme again this week, and next week we'll do double of the top memes of the subreddit. We'll see how it's changed. That's what we'll do.
Do you need me to remind you?
No, because I almost did it this week, but I went, no, it must be like 20. It's gonna be like the 23rd of October. That's when it is. I don't know why mine. Oh, the 13th. See, I had the second number right.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone gets double memes next week. There we go.
Right.
So anyway, let's go through these memes. And to be honest, actually, I do feel this crop of basic memes this week. I would have found it hard from the memes of this week to get 20, but I would have done top 20 memes anyway. Anyway, let's go through these memes. So meme number 1 is called I Love Mesa. And I got 2 of these memes. If I could have found 6 of these, this is from the Mario movie trailer. If I could have found 6 of these, I would have had 6 of these. I love this meme format. It's so good. Right. I love Mesa, a being purely manifest from the void which holds the power to drive nearly every living being insane. Do you yield? A child and a sexy cowgirl with some goofy pistols. I do not.
Yep.
And the next one, obviously actually understanding it, of a very memeable trailer. Stalker impaling a great sword into my chest. Do you yield? My stun axe with 5 Tau forged Azure Archon shards. I do not.
Yep.
It's so good. I hope this. I really hope this, like the Kanye meme.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this comes a long-term meme. This is so good.
Fair.
It is so good. If only Mario's voice didn't suck.
Oh God. I thought Jack Black as Bowser was incredible. Right?
Incredible.
Right?
Absolutely
I didn't realize it
perfect.
was him, but
No, me neither.
seriously, yeah.
Yeah, and I look back, and you can even see it in his face in the way they've animated it. Beautiful, like chef's kiss, beautiful Jack Black.
Yeah.
And I know
But
I'm
Mario
not going to
just
see
looks
this.
wrong to
I am not
start
going to see
with.
this for the Mario film movie. This is the Bowser movie now.
Yeah, this is the Bowser
I
movie.
honestly, yeah, I was like, I don't get it because literally, look what they did to Sonic. Right, you have to the Sonic movie and the backlash to that. Right now, it's time to make a Mario movie. What do? You make him look like Mario, and you make him. You don't get. Oh, we got to get Chris Pratt in. I'm going to see a Mario movie. I don't care who the voice actor is. I want to see Mario.
Yeah.
I don't even know the name of the Sonic voice actor for the Sonic movies.
I
don't know.
Tom Schwartz?
I don't care. I don't know who's that. I don't know who that is. Don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know why? He
Ben
did a good job
Schwartz,
doing Sonic.
Yeah.
He did a good job doing Sonic. Do you know what Chris Pratt's not going to do? Good job doing Mario.
Yeah.
He's only like, oh, I'm going to do a little bit of the accent. It's like, no. Apparently, the French version, you can hear them doing the accent, like the style, how it's supposed to be, because we have the video games. You're supposed to be aping the video games. So if they go, Chris Pratt's going to come back in to record all of his lines to do it properly, yes. Do that.
I also want them
now.
to design Mario to look like fucking Mario.
Mario, yeah.
His face looks wrong.
He ain't got no butt. Where's the butt? He needs the butt, man.
Anyway, he needs to be squattier and everything. Right. So
back to the memes. Yep, third meme me.
Oh shoot, I forget that that's still busted.
Really? Okay.
No. So there we
go. Also gonna pick Revi Prime from Foundry. Potato and Foreman tomorrow. How I sleep knowing I got a Tau Forged Crimson Archon shard.
Oh wow.
That'd be a good day. That would be a good day.
That would be a good day.
Right. Number 4. Prime Apple. Why does no one like pineapple on their pizza?
Oh, fuck. It's good meme. Good meme. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. I don't care what you say.
Number 5.
It's number 5. Yep.
Quite hard to sustain this argument when we have God freaking Loki in the game. Some players. The Wolframe shouldn't be called Fenrir because it is unoriginal. Excalibur, Ember, Frostbolt, Banshee, Chroma, Limbo, Rhino, Nova, Necros, Atlas, Nyx, Trinity, Grendel, Nezha, Oberon, Wukong, Titania, Zephyr, Lokier, and Valkyr, freaking Norse mythology.
Yep. Yep. No, I completely.
Yep. And well, finally from the mate, one of the.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Fenrir. It's going to be fucking Fenrir.
Yeah.
Right. And then last.
And for one of not listed, one of the actual original names on there, Baruch. When their strain meter is eroded, patience has limits.
I think I spotted this one more. That's a fucking Barrett, isn't it? Yep. Oh my god, it's a Barrett anti-tank rifle. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god, those are prayer beads. Oh my god. I thought it was actually a bandoila. Damn. Yep, those are good.
Should we pause for a sec?
Yeah, sure. That one.
Right, so I got Xeno to watch the 2 secret rooms of this week, and he enjoyed them greatly.
Yep, I did enjoy them greatly.
So do go to the description of this video. First of all, remember to get to that Google page to get 70 platinum, but you've also now got the reason to go check out those secret memes.
Yep.
So go check that out. Right, now let's finish this off with the community shoutouts of the week. Xeno, these are images you have found on Twitter. And it's been very easy for you this month because of all the lovely artwork. So write it down on me. No? But it's Inktober, Warframe Tober, some Tobery thing.
It's been I thought to myself, oh, this won't be too hard. Why am I still scrolling? Why? Okay. Not helped by the fact that Twitter's getting spammed to no end with like bots and shit. But anyway, so the first community shout out is Day 10 Paradox by Rittens.
Very nice.
Yep. So I think they did a follow-up tweet later on where they actually showed the same image, but one with fully colored and one just fully grayscale, and how they actually did the effect and everything. So that's the first one. The second community shout out is the deluxe Excalibur skin. I cannot remember the name of whatsoever, but I love the lighting and texturing on this whatsoever.
This skin is called the best skin to ever look in concept art that looks ass in game.
Says you. This
It's
was
not.
done
It's
by.
not. I don't mean in a way. I think they did a very good job of trying to copy it into game, but it just looks so much better in concept art form.
So
Looks beautiful.
This is done by Swaze1. So I just think this is. I honestly think this is really, really well done. I love the tones.
Yeah,
Loz is in deep agreement.
it's good. Looks beautiful.
The third community shout out is me when I stubbed my toe by Irane?
Irene?
Ilrini. Oh, yeah, maybe. Ilrini. So you got, I think that's the Nidus Deluxe. Sorry, no, Nidus Prime with Archon Shards, and yeah. Stubbing your toe sucks, right?
Yep.
The fourth community shout out is an Ash commission by Carl Tabora.
That's cool.
Yep. The fifth community shout out is Day 11 Nova Prime. And this does look incredible.
Yep.
All right. And then last but not least is Revenant Deluxe by Arson. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say the Day 11 Nova Prime is by Zlidi. Sorry. But yes, this Revenant Deluxe is by Arson.
Oof.
And that's it for the community shoutouts. Yeah. All lovely pieces.
Yep.
And that is it for this week's episode.
Shame I didn't try and rush you. We could have got it under 1.5 hours there. But no, just a little bit over. Yeah, there we go. Right, so, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching / listening. We shall see you again for next week's episode.
Yeah, I personally think, I don't know when the next dev stream is going to be. It's not tomorrow, is it?
Oh, no. I mean, it's only the 14th tomorrow. It'll be in a couple of weeks, I think.
So I don't think we're going to see much till early December. We'll see what we get.
No, I'd like to think they'd be a bit more liberal than that because.
I'm hoping they have some dev streams where they talk about stuff, and we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we shall see you next week.
Next week. Huzzah.
Say goodbye, Loz.
Bye, Loz.